live.
We're live.
Hey, on the newest episode of what's the show called?
Wow.
Bromance Nonsense. We're gonna stop counting episodes because it doesn't matter anymore. We'll give updates when we get to like milestones. 10th episode.
I mean, you're still gonna post it with episode number, so.
Oh yeah, people will know it. We'll know what it is. But yeah, look, we don't have to be. Welcome back to episode 3, 4, 5, and keep counting. What are you doing?
Shut up.
Why are you touching shit? All right. Anyway, so we are actually recording this on Monday. We normally record on the weekends, but you hear what you're doing, right? Anyways, my man over here is suffering from a severe case of
Acting like a bitch.
there you go. That's a good name for it.
That's worse than COVID.
Or allergies. But here's the problem, right? You forget that you're not a teenager anymore. Look, it used to be that we would get sick, right? And you can just brush it off. You'll be good in 2-3 days. Now it's not the same. Now age is a thing. It's catching up to you. And you don't understand it. You don't want to let it go.
Pipe down. You're older than me.
By what? By what? 1-2 years? How old are you? When were you born?
Wow.
When were you born?
When were you born? Hey.
I was born in 86.
Hey, I was born in this country. Do you got your papers?
Yeah, I do. I got plenty of papers. All kinds of papers. I don't know. Do you hear that? That Trump said that if he gets elected, he's going to start deporting Cubans and Venezuelans. Hey, I'm about to become an endangered species, man.
In this country,
No,
yeah.
look, I'm a U.S. citizen. For anyone that has a question about it.
Are you so?
Yeah, I went to a little, they do a little test and give you a little flag so you can take a picture, and give you the little.
No, I've never done that,
Like
so I don't know. Yeah, sure.
They'll ask you, what was the name of the ship that the ship,
Wow. How'd
Shit.
you mess that up?
Exactly. There you go.
Did you say that?
I should have been failed on the spot if I said that. The ship where the pilgrims came in.
Mayflower.
There you go. Hey, you got one question. You might be from here. So anyways, yeah, they do like a dumb little. If they know that you can speak English, they'll ask a couple questions, then be like, "Yeah, you're on your way," right? But they do make you like, "Hey, you better study." I think it's like 100 questions or something like that. I forgot all of it already, so I'm a real American now. I know nothing about my country.
Well, you came here since you were like 11 or something like that?
No, 13.
13?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been here for a while. Dang, I can hear you sucking that down through the microphone. Hey, take it easy. Thirsty much?
The got 3,000
Yeah.
Anyways, we are recording on Monday because he got sick. He refuses to take pills. He's very stubborn. And he doesn't understand that his body now needs a little help. That he's not the young man that he used to be, the spring chicken, like we say. And he refuses to just take medication.
I like to go the holistic way.
What is the holistic way? Because that sounds like you're drinking
herbs.
tea and eating bark and shit.
Natural herbs.
You do
stretching.
that? I've never seen you drinking tea.
Oh, we make tea here all the time until my wife broke the kettle.
I'm here all the time, and I never seen you drinking tea.
Ask my wife when she comes.
Lipton tea does not count. Sweet tea is
we
not.
do loose leaf tea. Hey, Arizona tea does not count.
Hey, that shit is good. I used to drink that shit all the time.
With a big ass
The green
can,
tea, Arizona tea. Yeah, that shit was good.
big ass can.
Hey, you get shot if you're drinking one of those teas in public.
Why?
Wasn't that remember when that whole Trayvon Martin thing happened where he was drinking Arizona iced tea or whatever, and he was wearing the hoodie and all that stuff. I think he was drinking Arizona the tea. Hey,
Sure.
Just there's
too soon.
That's one of the stigmas of either black people or whatever they drink that kind of tea. Watermelon,
grape,
chicken, chitlins.
Wow. Hey, you guys like chitlins too. You guys have a name for it? What do you call
I don't eat that shit. What are you
do
talking
guys call
about? The soup that the Mexicans make?
Menudo.
Menudo? I don't.
There you go.
That smells like shit, bro. I don't
It's
want to
pretty
do
much
that.
the same exact thing, just with red sauce.
I mean, it's the
Red
shit
soup.
tube. Shit goes through the tube,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna cook it and eat it. I don't know. Look, if here's the thing, right? If there was nothing else to eat, and we had to eat that, by all means, I think that's a fair thing, right?
Eating the groceries.
Right. So, right. Look, it's exactly. There you go. There's some people that'll eat ass but won't eat menudo. So you pick your poison, right?
Hey, I know where my priorities go.
So, well, actually, that brings up the point that we wanted to talk about eating weird foods. You said that you have a pretty good story about some weird stuff that you ate.
Yeah, so when I was in the military, see it already starting off bad.
Everything goes back to the military.
Exactly. When I was in the military, there's this course called SEER School, and pretty much it's for high risk personnel that if they were to like get captured, or anything like that, become a POD. I mean a POW, prisoner of war. They
I know what
to,
POW means.
Okay.
I play Call of Duty player. Come on.
They know how to escape, resist, escape, survive, and all that stuff. And so one of the tasks you have to do is pretty much make your own food to survive, right? They take you out to the woods, make you do a bunch of tasks.
Like some Bear Grylls shit. Dude.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. And so I was eating crickets.
So you have to catch the crickets and eat them, or they will provide you with the crickets?
You're out there and you're in the woods, just you and the one I went to the one at Fort Rucker. And so yeah, we were out in the woods. There's one at Fort Bragg. I didn't do that one, but there's one at Fort Rucker for pilots.
I feel like crickets are like
take the legs off.
It's not that much of a weird food anymore. Like there's a lot of countries that eat crickets.
Yeah, and actually I think in Mexico when we went, they're in candies. It's like the tequila, the worm in the tequila.
Right.
My dad wants to he'll give me the tequila that has a worm in it.
Oh yeah.
And he's
remember the candy that we brought that had was it a scorpion?
I think it was a scorpion.
And you ate it?
Yeah.
Wasn't there I think there's a drink too that has a scorpion inside or like a worm. I think I remember you eating the worm or the scorpion inside of a drink or something like that.
It was the tequila. I ate the worm.
Yeah. What did it taste like, or did you just swallow it?
I just swallowed it.
You didn't bite it?
Nah.
Pussy.
Well, you think about it too. It's gonna taste like tequila anyway.
Yeah, it's been infused.
It's already been in there.
It's all old fat and shit, just full of alcohol.
But it's a dry worm. It's dehydrated worm.
Well, right, but when it gets in there, it catches all the alcohol and it probably bloats up. No,
I don't think so.
Was it fat? It was just.
Skinny? It was very skinny, very very skinny.
Whatever.
I think it was dehydrated. Maybe there's not even.
So that's the weirdest food you've ever eaten. Crickets.
Probably.
I know I probably ate a cat or two in Cuba.
I went to Korea. Probably had kegogi. They call it cat.
Oh, that's the name for cat?
Yeah, cat, kegogi.
Well, in Cuba, they used to call them rooftop goats.
Rooftop goats.
Well, I mean, that was a real thing, right? So, the whole thing with Donald Trump talking about they eating the cats. They didn't. Hey, in Cuba, at least this is from personal experience, cats are on the menu, all right?
They're a delicate cuisine.
It's not a normal thing. It started happening when the supposed sanctions from the U.S. Got put on Cuba, and then food started being scarce and whatever. But it was just the government blaming the U.S. for that, right? So there's no food, no meat, no chicken. Obviously, beef is the highly no. So then people started eating cats. So the thing is, when you skin it, it kind of looks like a rabbit. So if you go buy a rabbit at the store,
yeah,
are you getting a rabbit or are you getting a cat?
When you go to a Chinese buffet.
Wow. Okay. Hold up. Hey, to our Chinese viewers and listeners,
to our Chino friends,
this is he went straight for you guys. I don't think that's fair.
You go for the black people all the time.
Who?
You.
No. Look. First of all, I'm accepted. I'm loved by the black community.
Yeah, when we went to that one place.
To what place?
Place where I got robbed.
You mean the latest robbery?
I got robbed in broad daylight, right in front of my friends. They did nothing. Yeah, so let's talk about it.
He was asking for it.
Let's talk about it. So we went to a strip club.
Oh my god. Okay, you're gonna get into it.
Yeah, we went to a strip club. It was us and some other friends.
First of all, it was full of Cubans, and by that I mean dancers.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess it's a common thing now. So the male Cubans that come, become truckers, and then the females
become exotic dancers.
Become exotic. But
I'm okay with that.
Here's the thing: like they didn't look like they were having a good time.
Modern day slavery.
We're not gonna name the place. It's an establishment that is, God damn it, close to 35. Like most of them are, easily accessible.
Exactly.
But yeah, you can tell your story.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's a couple of me, him, and a couple of friends, and we're just having a good time there. And they're dancing on stage, and you can go, and they'll give you like a personal dance right there on stage. And so,
I wouldn't call that a personal dance.
Okay, it was personalized to me.
oh, it was personalized to you.
So I think you went up. One of our friends went up first, and then for one girl, and then you went up for one girl, and then I went up for one girl.
I think I was the last one.
Okay, the order doesn't matter.
The order doesn't matter.
The order does not matter.
What matters is that you got robbed.
It matters that I got robbed, and it was not just me who got robbed. My boy on the other side got robbed by the same girl.
Did he get robbed before you?
It was me first.
Oh, okay. So you couldn't even use him as an example.
No, I couldn't.
He could have used you though.
Yeah, he should have used me.
I think he was mesmerized. Because it was a good looking chick.
Yeah, it was a good looking girl.
A very, very nice looking young lady.
Yes.
Probably, I'm very sure she is in nursing school and she's trying to get her degree. So hey, we like supporting our community.
There we go. Yep.
And the future,
of the United States.
There you go. Hey, I support that message.
So I go to the stage and I have like I don't know, $5, something like that.
In ones.
Yeah, in ones. And so I think I pull out like no, I think I did have like the $5 in ones. Yeah. Either way, I go to the stage and she starts to dance for me, and she just takes the money right out of my hand, throws it on the stage, and then
walks off. Nothing.
Like 2 seconds.
Well, because just for the people that haven't been to a strip club, normally when you get close to the stage, that just means hey, that's how they make the dollars. So they come, they kind of do a little dance or whatever. You put a little dollar on the G-string or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a flirting type situation, right? They're not really dancing. They're on the stage or off the stage. You're just close to the stage, right? So yeah, and well, there you go. You start. Some people do dollar by dollar. Some people, that's where they make it rain. Whatever might be the case, however you want to handle the situation. But yeah, my man over here, she just like literally went like this.
Thank you.
And just threw it on the stage and just walked off.
And then there was another guy on the other side. She did the same exact thing.
2 seconds later, my man, we were over here, patting his back because he's feeling like his soul got crushed.
Robbed.
It played. It wasn't daylight, but but there were people watching, and we did nothing. It's funny because we started laughing.
Yep.
Like as soon as we saw that, and you were like kind of like in shock.
I was like, what the hell just happened?
So that's never happened to you before?
No.
Yeah.
I've never got robbed before.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've never had that experience, so I wouldn't know. I couldn't tell you how I would react. Get on stage and be like, "Nah, I'm getting my this."
Yeah, if you try to reach for your money, good luck. There's bouncers there ready to bust your.
Oh yeah. Well, remember that story I told you about one of our friends? We went to what was that? It was an old nude club. So there's Foxy's, right? And then there's all one.
Rick.
Shit. No. It was closer to downtown. I forgot what it was called, but it was like ghetto as hell.
I went with you?
No.
Oh
no, this is like I think that this is way before I knew you. I didn't even know my wife. It's been a long time, so we were I was single, and we went to this strip club, and we were all seated in a group. But the old nude clubs, you can take the drinks in yourself, so it's like bring your own.
Yeah, BYOB. Yeah.
we're sitting there, and you know how the girls come and they're like, hey, try to make conversation.
Yeah.
See if they can get dance or whatever. And, but this girl comes, and let's say you were that friend that I'm talking about. She sits on his lap, and I'm like, hey, if you don't want her to give you a dance or then ask for money, like, you need to let her know so that she doesn't stay there. Because if she's there and she's sitting on top of you, whatever, she can easily say like, hey, you owe me $20 because I kind of gave you a dance, right? It's not. What are you gonna do? Then
what are you gonna do?
Then the fight starts.
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
I didn't ask for dance. Well, I was giving you a dance, and
Yeah.
you stay there, right? So,
Right.
anyways, that's exactly what happened. So I remember this dude had a big ass belt buckle that had like the Cuban flag or whatever. I'm not giving out any names or anything like that, so the information is safe. So I'm just telling the story. So exactly the same thing happens. She stayed there with him, on top of him, on his lap. She's kind of giving him a dance, and we were just watching. And there you go. She's like, oh, you don't have any money to pay me? Because of course she asked for money. And he said, I don't have any money. So she took his belt off, I guess at some point during the dance or whatever. Because she's like, oh, that's such a pretty belt buckle or whatever. It's like one of those big decorated belt buckles. Some corny ass shit. And what she does is she takes the belt. She's like, oh, you're not going to give me money? And she took the belt and she went into like their changing room or whatever. And this dumbass, obviously, he's like, oh shit, no, I paid a lot of money for that belt buckle, whatever. He goes chasing after her into the dressing room. Guess what happened next?
He got stumped.
Oh, this motherfucker, he got thrown out, and we're just watching and laughing. Because obviously, like, there's no way to defend him at this point. So what we do is we go outside, we're just watching, and he goes and tries to like get his belt buckle. He goes into the actual dressing room, gets kicked out. We're outside looking at the whole altercation between him and the bouncers, and he goes and tries to swing on one of the bouncers. Next thing you know, he's getting pepper sprayed.
Wow.
And then, it was like kind of the movie was like, who the fuck did that? He can see shit. It's just like, a fucking mess.
Wow.
So yeah, I can probably count with both hands the times that I've been to a strip club. It hasn't been a lot. I don't find it appealing. It's just, actually, I find it kind of sad. It's cool, like if you go with a group of friends, then just shooting the shit, chilling or whatever. It's funny, but like you see a lot of lonely dudes there. You can tell, I guess
I got another story.
Strip club?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
This is when I was in the military in North Carolina. Yeah, back to the military. But this one has nothing to do with the military. It's just relevant to why I was in North Carolina, because I was in the military there.
Okay.
And so I went to the strip club with one of my friends from childhood, right? And he's in the military. He was stationed there too. And so we went to the strip club, and so there, the girls are walking around talking to the guys. Hey, can I give you a dance?
How you doing?
Yeah. And so one of the girls walked up to me, was like, hey, can I give you a dance? I was like, no, I'm good. I don't know what she said that made me say this, but I said, no, I'm good. I'm actually here with my friend right here. And she's like, oh, okay. Oh, and then she goes to my friend. And she goes to my friend.
Like that.
She goes to my friend. She's like, watch out. This was gay. and I asked her, I was like,
okay. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that was a tactic that she used to like put you under pressure and be like, nah, I ain't gay. Give me a dance.
Well, it failed because she didn't get $1.
You still didn't get it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously it didn't work on you, but it could have worked on someone else. But like, hey, just, you got to kind of prove your point. Like, nah, I'm not gay.
Yeah.
Give me a dance. Nah, that doesn't work.
It doesn't work like that.
Hey, 20's a 20. That's funny though. But you think she actually did it just as a gag or like?
Well, I said, nah, I'm good. I'm here with my friend. If I wouldn't have said I'm here with my friend, then she probably wouldn't have said that.
I wasn't there, so I think it all depends on how you said it.
It's loud, and I don't remember exactly how I said it, but it was just funny that she pointed out that I was gay because I said I was here with my friend. So
maybe she gets, she can tell. Were you?
Well, I don't know why she would say that, but I guess I do know why she would
saw
say
the way that you were moving, your mannerisms or whatever.
Well, if I didn't say what I said, maybe she wouldn't have said that. So
Yeah. I think she was doing it to just be spiteful or whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. She's just being spiteful.
Hey, you took money away from her.
She never had it, so I didn't take nothing.
How often do you think that works though? Like when girls come and they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like how often? If you had to give it a percentage, right?
Very high, I would say.
Of like how often that works. Like if a girl comes and sits on your lap or like just starts to cover, how it's always the same thing. It's like, oh, what are you doing? What are you guys doing tonight? Or are you celebrating anything? They try to start some kind of conversation some way.
They gotta be you gotta be assertive. I mean, because you think about it. I mean, guys, the one who makes what is it the I don't know. There's some saying that pretty much like if you don't go after it, you're not going to get it. And so even though
100% of the shots you
exactly, there you go. Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots that you do not take.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so I mean, you have to, especially in that environment too.
Well, I mean, yeah, and it's like we've talked about. Like, unfortunately, I mean, I don't think that's a good environment for anyone, really, especially if you're working there. Yeah. But I think at some point they probably don't even remember what they said because they probably talk to a bunch of different guys all the time, obviously trying to get, dances and stuff like that. So at some point you kind of get like desensitized to just pretty much anything.
I think that's exactly why that girl stole my money.
She just didn't give a damn.
She just wants the money. She's there for the money. And I think about it, I'm like,
I don't think anyone is stripping for passion.
But make it fun though, I would think. I know you want the money. It's probably, it's easy money and, like, I would think that if you can make it fun, then it might make it less of a job, kind of like
And also, I think because she was also probably one of the best looking girls in the club, like it's almost like she can get away with it, right?
Yeah.
Like I think everyone has had that situation where you're like you want to get whatever you think is the best for your dance, right? Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't the first time she did that.
Oh no.
You get
she does that on a nightly basis.
Yeah, exactly. And I bet you why she does that is because she thinks that someone's gonna open up their wallet or go up there with a wad of cash and only throw like $5. Well, if I just take it and throw it on my stage, now he can't do nothing about it.
Right, yeah. If you jump on top of that stage, it's game over.
I mean, because what happens if I had $100?
Yeah,
and she did that, I would have been pissed.
But would you have gone on stage? Well, you would talk to the manager. Hey, becoming automatic Karen. Hey, I need to speak to the manager right now.
Yeah, good luck with that one. But I mean, think about that. If I had $100, she did that, I would have had a serious problem.
Yeah,
it was just like $5.
I'm talking to someone.
Yeah,
for real.
I don't know.
I know I might sound like a bitch or whatever, but trust me. I'm $100 is $100.
Yeah.
It's not the same as $5.
No. $5 I can get over that quick. But if it was like $100 and she did that, like even if it was $50, she did that shit, I would have been pissed.
Hey, with the economy how it is right now, nah,
exactly.
Man, hell no.
This economy, this president, man.
Oh, hell no. No. Yeah. I mean, I don't. It's not a place for me. I've been a couple times.
Yeah, it's fun to go like once in a while. It's a different vibe. So I like it for that. But
or if you want to watch like a UFC fight for cheap or whatever, it's like the same thing as going to a bar. A lot of times they play the fights, so you just get a drink and just hang out. So, what's up?
Have you been during lunchtime?
Nah.
That's where all the night walkers do lunch.
Or the day walkers.
The day walkers.
I don't know. Not yet. I think. I don't know. Do they even serve good food at a strip club?
I don't know. We should go one day just to experience it. So, let's just go.
Hey, for experimental purposes only.
Yeah, let's just go and see.
We'll do the work for you, so you don't have to do it. We'll bring back the news.
Hey, once we see it, we can't unsee it.
Yeah. Maybe that, but I do know that they have like different tiers. So like during the day, like the B squad comes out. So
I don't know.
Hey, maybe there's some rats during the day. There you go.
Anyways,
what's up?
Yeah, so I got some random things on the internet
Okay.
that I found, and this one's pretty funny. Like, look at this guy. Like, he is like all tweaked out.
What do you mean by tweaked out?
Like, he's like, have you ever seen someone?
Oh shit! Yeah,
look at this.
I saw that video.
Yeah,
And
like
I'll
this
post
guy.
up the video.
Like, he's got to be on
some serious shit.
What do you call it? Flocka.
The fuck is that?
It's a like
Waka Flocka, the rapper.
Similar Flocka. Yeah, it's like some demonic drug, you know. But look at him; he's sleeping, standing up. How the hell do you do this?
Hey, you take about four locos and the heat of weed. That'll do that to you. Yeah, that. How can he?
How is
I
he
don't even
balanced
understand
that well?
how is he managing to stay like that and he's been like that for a while.
Or maybe he's just like spaced out. He's not sleeping, but he's like spaced out.
Now he's got to be on some serious shit. It is some bath salts or some shit like that. Remember that guy from Florida that he bit someone's face off, like, or something like that. He was doing smelling. He was basically the same thing as cocaine, I think, but it's like bath salts. The shit that you can buy on Walgreens and shit like that. They were smelling it and snorting it.
Oh hell no!
And he like bit someone's face off.
Oh man!
Like, it's like they used to call it the cannibal of Florida, the zombie, the Florida zombie. Obviously,
it's Flocka. Florida. I think it's Flocka.
You think it's that?
Yeah,
the same thing.
Flocka.
Yeah, this dude. Yeah, that's some serious shit right there.
Yeah, look at this guy.
What's going on? Oh yeah. But he took like a hit.
Yeah, and he's
right
like
there.
take another hit. He's like really.
He's like,
it's kicking in.
Oh shit!
Look at it. It's really kicking in.
If you see a motherfucker doing that at a party, it's time to go.
Yeah. Look, he does another hit.
Shit.
Oh.
And is that like a house party?
I don't know, but he's tweaking. Yeah.
Oh shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. And then,
motherfucker.
Yeah, and then I got this picture, right? So it's pretty funny. And the caption is, did you see that black guy? And you look at it, you're like, oh yeah, I saw the black guy, but you gotta look again. Do you see the black guy?
Oh shit. Well, I mean, I see one of them.
You see one black guy?
One with the glasses, and the other one is just essentially right in front of him.
But you can't see him.
You can see the shine of his forehead.
Yeah, you first look at the picture, you see this black guy.
Yeah, I see the black guy.
And then it's like, oh no, not him, the other black guy. And then you look again, you're like, oh, it's not a shirt, it's a person.
I saw something similar to that. It's like everybody needs friends like that, like this, and it's they're taking a picture, but it's a group of friends in a circular table, and someone puts a white paper behind the black guy so you could actually see, like, at least the silhouette, because it was kind of dark in the room. And if you take the picture and there's nothing behind him that makes contrast, he would just disappear the same as this guy. So they put a piece of, like, just 11 by 8 white paper in the back, and you can actually see the guy.
Wow.
So it was him helping the guy be in the pictures. That's pretty funny though. Yeah, I've seen a bunch like that where, hey, maybe if he's mild, you could have maybe seen him.
Yeah. Maybe. Let me see. I got this other one. What is this one? I don't know. Let me see. That's
not the one, the Airbnb one?
No, that's not it. I don't know. I like funny stuff, and
I mean, shit, that's what we send to each other all day long. It's just fucked up shit like that.
Stupid stuff we find on the internet.
Yeah.
Random finds. I don't know. I like comedy, and so when I find videos, yeah. Look at this guy just being dumb. What are the timing? Look at this timing. Look at this.
Oh shit!
The timing.
Yo, that's gonna be sore. That's gonna be. Well, I think maybe it kind of helped that his foot got caught. So if you take a look, like there you go. You see how his foot goes up his crutch? I think it's gonna hurt regardless. And he kind of face planted into the fucking pavement, anyways. Yeah, they do that a lot where they now close the streets. I think it's been going on for a while.
Takeovers?
Yeah, they do the takeovers, and then they start doing donuts or whatever. But there's always a motherfucker that gets hit by the car when it's going around.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they do it on purpose or not, but like that cannot, like, you can I've seen people get run over. I've seen people get like hit by the tail of the car or like the back end, and like I'm pretty sure like bones are broken at least.
Yeah, when I was younger, when I was like probably like 13, 14, probably even younger, I saw something like that. This is in Maryland, and this guy was sitting on the back of the trunk of a car, and they're just like, you know, doing donuts and stuff like that, doing stupid shit, and he slips off, smashes his head, and it's like blood everywhere.
You saw that?
Yeah, I witnessed that.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
But you think it's one of those where like it's just stupid decisions, or is it just you're in the wrong place in the wrong time, or kind of both?
I mean, it was a dumb decision. I mean, he could have been there,
Yeah.
you know, but just inside the car, outside the car, not on the car.
Have you ever been like yourself in a situation like that where you got hurt? I mean, it doesn't have to be like super serious or anything like that, but it could have been something that could have been easily avoided if you were not just being dumb or whatever. Or were you never really involved in anything like that?
I got a driving story where one time I was driving on my learner's permit, right? And, you know, in the United States, you have a learner's permit. You have to have someone that's a cousin or, a family member that's 18 years or older, or an adult that's 21 years or older.
That's the one that you can get when you're like, 16?
Yeah, exactly. And so I took my friend's car and I just went, I don't remember where I was going, but I ended up driving his car, right? I went somewhere and I was going the back way. You know, I was like, oh, my parents would be mad. You know, I'm not supposed to be driving without an adult with me. And so I took the back way. Tell me why my parents' car rolls out right there. I'm like, I back up, right?
Like a deer in headlights.
Yeah, I back up, right? I try to back up, and I try to back up into a driveway, right? But I missed the driveway, hit the mailbox, go into the grass.
So you just made it worse.
I made it worse. And
you could have just stopped, and that was it.
But my parents would have saw me.
Also,
so they it's like a T
you
intersection.
Saw them.
I saw them.
They didn't
stopped.
see you.
They saw the car do whatever happened, and then my mom gets out and she's walking over. It's DJ, and she gets, you know.
She just went to see like what had.
Yeah, like what happened? Because I hit the mailbox. I backed up. I hit the mailbox.
Hey, I can see your mom was like, let me go sit and see what this dumbass did.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, that's my dumbass.
That's my dumbass son. Yeah, and so yeah, she was not happy.
No, I never did anything like that where I put my life kind of like in danger or anything like that. Well, I mean, obviously you were in danger. It was just a dumb decision.
It was just a dumb decision.
I did like do shit when I was like, so in the town that we lived in Cuba, it was kind of small, and it doesn't matter what I did. My dad was gonna find out, right? It's one of those situations where the town is like, I think 30,000 people or something like that. So by all accounts, it's not a super small place. 30,000 people is a good amount of people, but you're gonna be seen by someone that knows your dad or someone from your family. So if you do something dumb, they're gonna hear about it.
Yep.
So I don't know why, dude. We were outside playing at night. Like I would just come back home like at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. They'll be shouting for my name so I can come take a shower or whatever. And we were throwing rocks at cars that passed by. The dumbest thing, because someone could actually get really hurt.
Yeah.
Imagine the speed of the rock plus the speed of the car coming through.
Yeah.
Like that can do some damage, right? And I just threw a rock at it was like one of those trucks that delivers like dirt or rocks or whatever. So it's not an 18-wheeler, but one of those. And this motherfucker, I'll never forget this. I don't know how he knew who I was. Because imagine that, right? Like you're in the middle of the street. There's this random truck going by at night where you cannot really see me. And I throw the rock. It didn't hit the windshield. It hit like the side, the door. And you smell like a big sign. And this motherfucker stops the truck. And it's like, I know who you are, you little fat motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
Sure enough, next day, my dad was like, oh, so you throwing rocks at cars, huh?
Oh.
Because, I mean, of course, as soon as I heard that shit, I took off running. And obviously, I hit the car. Because it was one of those stupid things where you're doing it, you're throwing the rock, but it's almost like you don't really want to hit the car, but you just throw in the
You
rug,
want to
right?
hit the car.
Yeah, you do. So yeah, and it just happened that I hit it and he stopped and he knew exactly who I was, and then my dad found out. But it was a bunch of times like that. I would just like, and I'm talking about when I was like 6, 7, 8. I mean, obviously it was different times, and it was also Cuba, so that was the thing, right? You would just go out and play. You would never stay in the house. Well, if you stayed at the house, there was really nothing. There was not much to do. Like we didn't have computers or Nintendos or anything like that, so you just gotta go outside and play. So I would just go, and like next thing you know, I was like trying to catch little fish on the side of the road or whatever, and my dad was like, "Don't let me catch you doing that shit, dude, because I'm gonna find out whether you want to or not, or like whether you think I'm gonna find out or not." Or then someone will tell my uncle, and then my uncle will tell my dad or some shit. Oh yeah, you know your son was over there messing around with like in dirty water, getting fishes or whatever.
Wow.
You know beta fish?
Yeah, the little small ones, right?
Yeah. But they fight. Like if you the males, you put them like so we used like cockfighting or dog fighting, but it was with fish. So people bet money on it too. So what they eat, I mean, obviously they eat like worms and stuff like that. So we used to like dirty ass water that people, if you see it here, it's like, okay, that's like rotten stuff. So we just put our hands in there, and you get these big balls, and it was just like very skinny little worms, and it was just, so you would just wash it off with a little bit of water, and then you would drop it inside of the container where you had the betta fish. And it was kind of weird because it was like ball, but you could see all the little worms like, you know, moving around, and that would attract the fish, and they will go eat it. So it was like kind of like food there for like a while, right? So yeah, we would like raise this little fish. A lot of times you have like a big tank on the outside, like with rainwater and stuff like that. You can just drop a male and a female, and they'll like start reproducing. They will sell them for I think it was like 10 pesos or something like that. You can get one, like a male one. And then the way it works, so you want to make them fight, you gotta train the fish to fight. So you put them in the dark for a while. So you put them under your bed. So we have like a mason jar. So you cannot put them in a big space. They have to be like confined. So this is kind of like animal cruelty kind of thing, right?
I think fish are okay.
Well, fish are animals though.
Yeah, they are. But when was the last time you heard PETA like, oh no, don't do that to the fish?
They care about whales and shit.
They do.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
They don't care about betta fish.
I don't know. Do they care about like worms?
Why? I don't fucking know. Like, let's Google this shit. So anyways, let me tell you how you train the fish, man. You put him in the dark.
Fucking fish whisperer over here.
You put him in the dark, and it makes them, I don't know, it does something to them. Yeah, I guess they get kind of crazy, something like that. And then once in a while during the day, you take them out of the dark and you put a mirror in front of the mason jar where they are, so that they see their reflection, and they get fucking pissed off. So their gills come out. But the gills are like razor blades. They cut each other with that, and they tear the tails off and shit like that. So they'll just go in front of the little mirror, and they start like getting like, you know, you go crazy. Local. Yeah, they start getting crazy, and then
who has the time to train this?
People that don't have shit to do, man. Look, I'm telling you, this is what happens when you don't give kids the Nintendos and shit that to do. You know, they have no TV. Remember, 2 channels, and they only put whatever they want on the channel. So that's another topic. Anyways, but then we would then do competitions like, no, I got the baddest fish. So then you do fights and you bet money on it. You see kids in the corner, oh shit, like, you know, like cockfighting, or I never liked that name. Cockfighting. Kind of weird. It is what it is.
They're called cocks.
Anyways, they do that in Cuba a lot too. But it is illegal. That's illegal. Yeah. Which is funny enough.
Dog fighting.
For a place like Cuba, that something like that will be illegal.
Hold on, you're allowed to cockfight there?
No, it's illegal.
It's illegal. Okay.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like for a place like that where it's kind of like not lawless, but like, you know, kind of wild, for that to be like a thing that you can get fined for, or like taken to jail or whatever. Yeah. Dog fighting too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not no good.
What about cat fight?
No. They were eating the cats. So yeah. Also, going back to the cats, I don't think I ever finished that story. When things got really rough over there, I mean, they've always been kind of rough, But yeah, they started eating the cats, and they invite you, hey, yeah, come over, we're gonna drink some beer, eat something, whatever, and you didn't know the people there, like the family or whatever. The chances are you're probably eating the cat, because I mean, obviously they're not gonna bring the cat out, they just bring the pieces of the meat, so shredded meat, whatever. You're kind of drunk already, having a good time.
You're hungry.
Next thing you know, you chowing down a damn cat.
Mittens! No! Mittens, no!
Hey, why is there fur in my meat?
Exactly.
So, yeah. Hey, but dumb shit that I, just going back to the story about throwing the rock.
I never got in trouble like that, really. I would talk back to my mom.
Ooh.
What about fights? Have you been in any fights like when you were younger?
Yeah. Not too many. I've always been like pretty mellow when it comes to stuff like that. So I wasn't really like hanging out with bad people or anything like that. But yeah, my dad used to like be not super hard on me, but he was just trying to make sure. I think the same way that I'm with my kids, like, hey, I better not catch you bullying anyone or being the instigator or whatever. But I do want you to stand up for yourself. I think it's a fair thing to do.
Yeah.
Because the thing about bullies, that's the main thing. They feed off of like fear and stuff like that. So when I think they get confronted by someone, they kind of like lay off.
Easy target.
Lay off of you. So it's like, okay, I'm not really gonna be able to mess with this guy the same way that I mess with other people. So they kind of back off. So I've talked to my kids, and I've always told them that, hey, don't start the problem, but
finish it.
Finish him. Yeah, exactly. No fatalities, please. But no, stand up for yourself and make sure that you cannot just be used as a toy or like a punching bag or whatever.
Yeah.
And it kind of stays with you throughout life. I mean, you're not gonna be throwing punches at work or anything like that, but it will teach you to stand up for yourself and like, hey, something is done that is against your whatever, and they're just taking advantage of you. Like, it will definitely teach you, like, hey, stand up for yourself. Don't let anybody walk over you. But yeah, just going back to that, like, there was this kid in my neighborhood that was always picking on me. This was like elementary school. So elementary school in Cuba goes from kinder
to like middle school.
Kinder to 6th grade. That's elementary school over there. Then you have middle school is 7th to 9th grade. Okay. And then high school is 10 to 12.
Oh.
So it was definitely like before I was in 6th grade. So I was pretty small. But I was still bigger than the guy that was picking on me. He was we ended up becoming, best friends, like most of the cases like that, where someone's picking on you when you're younger and stuff like that. And we passed by. My dad was riding. I was riding with my dad on his bike. So those old school bikes where you have so over the back tire, there's like a thing where you can sit. There's like a sit there. Yeah. So I was just riding on the back, and we go by, and he's on the sidewalk, this kid, and he says something like, "Hey, you little bitch," or whatever. And my dad stops the bike, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna handle this right now." And I'm like, "Oh shit, fuck," because he knew that I have been being picked on by this kid at school and stuff like that. So he's like, "All right, we're gonna settle this shit." So not that he made us fight, but he's like, "All right, just what are you gonna do?" And he always told me, like, just don't. If I hear that you just let whoever run over, like, do whatever, to you, and you didn't defend yourself, like, not necessarily that he was gonna hit me, but he's like, you're gonna be disciplined at home. So
you gotta fight him, or you're gonna fight me.
Yeah, there you go, kind of thing. So I got down, and I think we went at it. But my dad, I think his main point was like, okay, stand up for yourself. He broke us off right away as soon as we got to it. But there you go. Like, as soon as that happened, that kid stopped picking on me. And like I said, we became like pretty much best friends. Like he became one of the friends that I hung out with the most over there in Cuba. So actually, funny story with him, we used to go to the beach. It was about 3-4 kilometers away from where we lived. So
this is the US. We use miles.
So that's like about 2.5 miles, whatever. So we were still in elementary school, so I will get on my bike and I will just ride by myself all the way out there. And so there you go. We became friends. This guy was riding with me on the bike. Now on the way over there, the roads are kind of rough, and we were going downhill. But it's not even pavement or anything like that. It's kind of like a rocky, road. So we were going down on the bike. He was riding in front of, so the V shape of the bike. You got the handles, the frame of the bike, and then so people will also ride in front of you. So you just sit.
They're holding like that. Yeah.
Well, no. So they're just not on the handles. On the actual frame, you would just sit sideways like this, and you just like kind of rest your hands up. But we were going downhill, and he was going fast. And this dude, his leg went into the spokes of the front wheel. Obviously, we went off flying.
Yeah, you flipped. Oh,
and like I said, the road was a little rough. So like I looked like a football player because when we just landed, and all my elbows and my knees were like roughed up. We're just in the ground bleeding.
Damn.
Like that friction burn kind of thing. It just hurts, and the dirt and everything in there mixed. And this old lady, she's on the side of the road. Her house is there. She sees us, and instead of like helping us out, she just like goes. She like freaks out, closes the door, and goes inside. So we come back home. And whenever they put all the bandages and everything on me, I looked like, I was ready to play football or something. I was like, elbow pads, knee pads, everything. Wow. So, yeah, but there you go. We became friends, and, we were just hanging out and going to the beach and stuff like that. That's where I learned to swim. Where did you learn to swim, or how?
I've always been around water, from the East Coast. So my parents like pretty much say, you're going to learn how to swim.
But do you learn by yourself, or do someone actually teach you?
My parents just, like you do with a kid, you just hold them and you watch them kick, let them look retarded, and then eventually you.
Do you remember, or were you too young to remember when you learned how to swim?
I don't remember like actually swimming.
I remember. I taught myself how to swim. Mm-hmm. So I would just go on the river. So it was the same beach right there, and then there was a river where all the boats were, like fishing boats, and then you would just go into the salt water. So it was kind of that mix happens there. So yeah, there was like a place that we used to go every summer or every other summer, and we will stay there as like a vacation type thing. And there was a river that ran by the side of the I guess encampment, you can call it. They had like little houses where you could rent and stay. And I was just there, and I would just like, how you like kick with your feet on the bottom and you kind of act like you're swimming and stuff like that. And little by little, I started like pushing myself up to stay afloat, and then swim a little. And then next thing you know, I was just swimming by myself. I think I was kind of scared, honestly, because it's not like the old school style where like they'll just throw you in the river and be like, hey, better start swimming. I don't agree with that. Yeah. Like, my kids learn how to swim pretty quick.
Yeah.
We took them to a couple classes, but they got it super quick, and they love water, obviously, because every time they come here, they go straight to the pool. They don't talk to nobody.
What's up, nigga? And straight to the pool.
They don't say that.
No, especially your son. He doesn't. He said he does not like the N-word, right?
If he hears anyone saying the N-word or whatever, he doesn't. He's like, that's racist. Maybe he's changed a little bit about that. Like, he doesn't care as much before, but he would just, if he hears anyone saying it, he'll be like low key offended. And I'm like, you don't get offended by that. You're not black. That's not your fight.
Well, your wife is 10% black, right? So he's got some black in him.
There you go. Hey, she's what is it, 10% Nigerian?
Something like that.
2% South African or whatever. I thought I was gonna have more, honestly.
More kids?
No, more African in me or something. We talked about this before, right? The whole 23andMe.
Yeah.
But it's like I was surprised. I don't know why that I was that much, like 92% Spanish. That's kind of crazy. But I like I said, I learned to swim by myself, and I think also learned to ride the bike by myself. Like I think that was my problem. I didn't want someone to like be holding me, and then I'm dependent on them. Like I guess I felt in control doing it by myself, where it wasn't like I'm in the hands of somebody else letting me go, or like letting the bike go, whatever. So it was funny because obviously, again, back to Cuba, you just gotta work with what you got, right?
Yeah.
So I have a full size bike, and I'm like 6, 7, 8 years old. So obviously like a full ass grown man bike, like I couldn't if I got on the seat,
You couldn't
my
touch the
feet
ground?
wouldn't get to the pedals.
Yeah.
So or there you go, or touch the ground for that matter. So if we had to stop. So the way that I did it, the same thing, the frame. So instead of like getting on the bike like normal, I will put my foot through the frame of the bike and I will ride it. I'm holding on the bike. Think of it like you've seen when you've seen people on motorcycles where they get off the bike and they get on the side. Exactly like that. So I would be on the pedals on this side, but I'm on the side of the bike. That's how I learned how to ride.
Okay.
And it's kind of weird because then you have to even balance yourself even more because you're on the side of the bike, so you're not really like you don't know how to handle yourself. So it's weird shit like that you have to do it like or stopping. There was no brakes on the bike, so you have to put your foot on the front tire to stop.
Or you could just let your feet. Well, you couldn't touch the ground. So
No, I mean at that point I could, but rather than we're not going super fast either. But if you had to, let's say you're going, I don't know, 5 miles per hour or whatever, just put your foot on the front tire and just you got to stop somehow.
yeah, I used to put the cards in the bike to hear. Yeah,
Like you had a little engine on the bike or something.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I remember like the first time that I got a bike, it was a big deal because bikes in Cuba are like basically not like a car, obviously, but it's like one of the main ways of transportation. Like there's nothing really.
Are there mopeds over there?
Yeah, there are. It's just or like really old motorcycles. Thinking like Russian or some shit like that, of course.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, one of those little bikes that makes like a lot of sounds, like something that you will see in India or something like that, where it's like a kind of like a flimsy looking bike, motorcycle. But yeah, there were mopeds and stuff like that. But I think mopeds started coming in later on when like the tourist thing started like booming more. So they had like mopeds for tourists to move around and stuff like that. But I think the main source of transportation, especially on little towns like mine, where bikes were the thing. So you just rode in bikes everywhere. Like people would hang on to the back of the bus on a bike and stuff like that.
Oh wow!
So if you had to go, that was like the nearest town was about, I'll say 4 miles away. So it's not like 4 miles here. It's like down the road.
Yeah,
like, that's not far away at all. But yeah, people would just hitch a ride on the back of like a big truck or like, which is pretty dangerous if you think you're on a bike and you're going at the same speed as a bus or like a big truck, or if you hit even a little pebble in the road or something like that, or like a fucking hole or whatever, a pothole, you're gonna fly.
Yeah.
And then if you're going at that speed, you can only imagine what that's gonna do to you.
Yeah. Are there any American companies there? No. Like grocery store, KFC.
They do have grocery stores that you can pay in dollars.
But the food, like you go in there, the shelves are empty, right?
Oh no, they got food. Or at least when I used to go in there, again, I've been here for a long ass time. I came in 99, so things have obviously changed. But yeah, there's always been stores. So they used to have the pesos, and then you could use dollars. And yeah, in those stores, it was funny because there's no air conditioning anywhere in Cuba. Most people, like private, homeowners, they don't have AC at the house, so that's not really a thing. You got a fan, and that's about it. So these stores that you paid in dollars, they would have air conditioning. So it would just be nice to just go in there, even if you weren't gonna buy shit. Just hey, it feels good on the AC. Imagine if there's no AC anywhere and there's like a couple stores that have it. You go in there, you feel pretty refreshed or whatever. So yeah, but you could buy stuff, but that would just be wildly overpriced. Like like a black and white little TV that you would normally have. Those little TVs that people used to have in the kitchen.
Portable ones, yeah.
You just watch a TV show, whatever, back in the day in the kitchen. Those will be like 4 times the price that you will pay in the US over there. So imagine a place that doesn't pay you in dollars. And if you go to to a store and you're paying for like 4 times the price of like a normal, like the price that you would pay in the US. So it's just crazy that not only you don't get paid in dollars, but also if you buy something in dollars, it's 4 times what it would normally cost someone in the US. So there will be a lot of like, you know, stuff that you could buy, you know, fans, TVs, like electronics, like stereos. Remember the ones that will come out and you have like 5 CDs that you could put on top and it will spin and stuff like that. So shit like that. But yeah, they were very, very expensive. I mean, it would be like the only people that could afford that will be hookers, literally hookers. Like they would just sell their bodies to tourists.
Yeah.
And then you could tell right away, you know, who was doing the job or that kind of work, because then when you went to the house, like they were hooked up, you know, they got a TV, they got stereo and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's
cool.
They did have stuff like that, but it was very pricey. So the TV that we had at home is one of those that you had to crank with the, you know, the little knob will break off and then you had a pair of pliers on the top. Yeah. And they will fucking shock the shit out of you.
Aluminum foil for the antenna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
That was crazy. But then we're gonna wrap it up.
Like a condom.
Is that gonna be our outro? We're gonna wrap it up. Okay. That was a bad joke. Anyways, we'll see you in the next episode.
You should like, subscribe,
there you go.
Share.
Interact with us online. If you want to leave any funny videos or anything for us to watch and react to, we'll do that.
Talk about topics. Yeah, any random finds.
Anything that you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
Funny shit, not so funny, whatever. Just let us know.
We're down.
All right.
Ow.
Well.